Hello, everyone, and welcome to Vintage Sun. So, I am live here in Louisiana, and I wanted to let you know that we do Facebook live shows every single week. So, I wanted to show you some of the merch, and that way you can see what I actually. Every week it's different. So, there's not one week that the merchandise is the same. So, the reason being is because I'm a picker. So I never know what I'm going to actually have. I never know what I'm going to pick. So every week, the merchandise is different. We do ship nationwide. So no matter where you're located at, if you're located within the United States, we can get your merchandise to you. I've been doing this for 6 years. My mama started with the antique booth when she retired as a school teacher. And then I joined her a few years later. I fell in love with it the first time I went on a pick. So I knew that was me. And then COVID shut us down because we weren't an essential business. So we had to close. I started showing things on Facebook live, just showing what we had to see if people who were local um, would have liked to purchased it. We had a lot of furniture. We had some smalls. We had just filled the booths, and we had more than one location. Well, people wanted to start buying. So then I started doing live shows, and I've been doing it ever since. The rest is history. So I'm going to flip my show you what actually I have, and we're going to go from there. So I hope you're enjoying it. As you're hopping on, make sure you say hello. Let me know where you're watching in from, and let me know who you are. That way I can welcome you to the show. Okay, so let me figure out how to flip this. It's totally different than whenever we're on Facebook. So just bear with me and I'm going to get it. Okay. So just bear with me. I'm going to figure it out. So make sure you say hello when you're hopping on. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you're watching in from. That way I can welcome you. My name is Brett from Vintage Sun. So welcome aboard and happy Saturday. All right. So we have our jar filled um with our colorful lights, our old vintage lights. Then we have some thread spools in here, pool balls up here. Uh-oh, this fell right here. You can hang your jewelry on it. You can actually hang jewelry on it. And then we have a bunch of doorknobs right here. Different knobs. You can decorate with these. We also have some, let's see, right here. All right, let me get that. It's Cruettes 1 4 back here. This one has 3. So you'd put your oil and vinegar in these. You'd put oil and vinegar in them and salt and pepper. That way, when you're eating at the dinner table, let's say for um, a holiday and you have guests over. So that way they can serve from here and they won't have to use a salt and pepper shaker. Um, just a regular one. You can use a fancy one. So this is called a Cruet set. So I have 3 of those. And then, of course, I have some china. And then this is milk glass lamp. This is considered milk glass. And you, if I were to put my hand on the other side and it was a bowl, let's say it was a bowl like this or a cup, and I'd put my hand in it, well, then I could see my fingers through and through. So that's why it's called milk glass because you can see through it. And look at how pretty that is. Then I have a silverware set right here with forks, salad forks, dinner forks, tablespoons, teaspoons, knives, and the box. Then I have some more silver plated cream and sugar and a little vase. This is the little vase. This is the creamer, and that's the sugar. And then I have those huge coffee pots. And then look at Lucy. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, sweet Lucy. So, yep, we got a picture of Lucy right there. If you didn't know, um, this is actually Marilyn Monroe. So, up here, Wright's Foods, right there, Marilyn Monroe. It's in the wooden frame with a glass front. The picture is in fabulous condition. So we have all this that's going to be in our show. Absolutely amazing. I love those handles right there. Now, right here we have Cornwall glass. Let me put this down and I'm going to explain it to you. Well, I'll show you like this. It's Cornwall glass. You see how when you turn it, it turns like purple and blue, almost like a yellowish color or gold? Well, that's Cornwall glass. You see that there? So we have that with a bowl, some sconces, and these were used on Indian reservations right here. So they would put them around their thighs and they would dance. I have this bowl, and there's a bunch of cookie cutters in there. This is a Royal Hager USA that's made in the USA bowl, shaped almost like a leaf. And then the basket. I love that basket. And the basket actually says apples 5 cents on it. So as you're hopping on, make sure you say hello. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know what you think of this live stream. If you like vintage and antique items, let me know. So look at this right here. This was to slice cabbage with. And this is a grater. And I love this green box. Not only the color, but the history behind it. To know how many stories is in this box. Because every piece has its own unique story. And instead of throwing the story in the landfill, or instead of throwing the story, uh, giving it away, pass it on for generations to come. Give it to your family members, or give it to someone who loves the item and cherishes it. So, because just like we have our items that we use today, you know, there are stories behind it. So there are stories behind all these pieces, and everything was made so well. See how they have the leather straps to hold the box open? Because just think, this is all vintage items. So for it to last this many years, it was made well. So you have your nails, your hammer in there, all of that in there. Then I have some magazines, some Life magazines. I have two Lifes and I think two Post magazine. Then that's your crumb pan or your butler. And then this right here is a little sewing basket. Nice little sewing basket. There's your quilt. and then your cake plate, your cake carrier. So that's the items. So we ship nationwide. So if you like vintage and antique items, go ahead and come join us on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time over on Facebook on the Joshua B. and then Fontenot, Fontenot, Fontenot page. You can find us live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We ship nationwide. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and a great rest of your weekend. Bye bye.